Hello and welcome back to Reviewed, where we question the questionable. Now, a quick warning, this review series features actual words said by people you may look up to as truthers, people you may have come to trust over the past 2 years. The words they say may shock you, disappoint you, and even make you angry, but they do need to be shown. Now, in this series, this is Anomalies 6 to 10. It's part 2 of my closer look at the Beyond Mystic special guest episode from earlier this year, what people are now calling the Beyond Mystic scandal. And if you haven't already watched the introduction, I do urge you to watch the introduction first, because it will give you a bit of more context as to what this whole series is about, and probably help to make more sense of what I'm actually doing in this video here. Now, why this is also weird, remember that everything being suggested here is being done instead of proving what they are claiming by simply showing us the evidence that other truthers are trying to divide the community with lies. That's why this is all so weird and it needs examining. So number 6 we're on today. This is Anomalies number 6 to 10. Number 6 is Jean-Claude allowing serious allegations to be made by someone on his show who is in a high-profile conflict with somebody else, simply because they didn't name anybody. Let's have a look at this clip, and I think you're going to be quite disturbed. I certainly was very disturbed by this. So we're going to see the guest presenter first just make her claims, and just as she finishes making her claims, someone's going to come on, a member of the public, and ask why, to be fair, they should allow the other side to defend themselves. And Jean-Claude, instead of answering it in a good way, in terms of, yes, that's a fair point, maybe we should have done, he answers it in a very, very weird way. Let's have a look.
And that's kind of what has happened to me. So that's what I've been kind of experiencing. So yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for that, and I appreciate the way you've positioned that as well, all three of you. I'm going to share my experience also here because I think it's important to put on the record. But before I do that, I want to address one comment in the chat, and it's from Terry. Terry says, to be fair, JC, you need to bring on the other people to defend their sides. Well, I don't know who other people you're talking about because we haven't mentioned anybody.
Because we haven't mentioned anybody. And let's just go on to number 7, the anomaly number 7. And that is, because it's actually related to anomaly number 6 there. Did Jean-Claude lie to us about not knowing who his guest presenter was accusing? We've just seen anomaly number 6 there, where a member of the public, a viewer essentially, has made Jean-Claude aware that they are aware who the other side is, and it's pretty clear because it's quite a public, a high-profile conflict that was going on, and still is in some ways going on today. So let's ask this question about whether Jean-Claude actually, whether he lied to us or not when he said he didn't know who the member, the viewer was referring to. Let's just have a look at this. So there's 3 clips I present as evidence here, which suggests that he possibly did lie. And I'm alleging it, obviously. I'm not saying he did lie. I'm alleging it because I don't want to get into any kind of legal problems. So I'm making this allegation. Now, number 1, we see at the beginning of this whole drama thing, this whole episode they put out, that Jean-Claude said, we didn't want to add to the drama. And he's talking about what was going on at the time. And you can go back and watch this whole video yourself and you'll see it. I'm not taking this out of context. This is how he was saying things. He said that we didn't want to add to the drama. Now, this indicates that he knew that the guest presenter was involved in a drama. Now, I think it's beyond ludicrous to suggest that if you know someone's involved in a drama, you obviously know who they're involved in a drama with. That's common sense. Anyway, the guest presenter, later on, just before the clip was just actually no, it wasn't that clip, sorry, but later on she says this: I was privately threatened by multiple people by emails to stop talking about off-worlders. The only correspondence I was receiving was threats, or else I would go down in flames. Now that's when the clip I've just showed you came in. Essentially just after that, there's a little bit more to it in there, but essentially the viewer said, to be fair, JC, you need to bring on the other people to defend their side. And JC says, well, I don't know who are the other people you're talking about because we haven't mentioned anybody. Well, that completely contradicts point number 1, which I'm going to show the clip in a minute, where he says we didn't want to add to the drama, indicating that he must have known who the other person was involved with in the drama. So let's have a look at these clips. Just so we can kind of see this for ourselves, exactly what was said.
So Janine, what's happening with Megan? She's not on YouTube. There's blah, 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 this drama going on. And it was difficult for us to answer that because, of course, it was none of our business, for one. And two, we didn't want to add to any of the drama going on because we weren't privy to the bulk of the information.
Okay, let's go on to clip number 2. So there he's just saying they didn't want to add to the drama just to prove that he said that, not me. This is what he's saying.
And I started to be privately threatened by multiple people through emails, sometimes by phone calls, to stop talking about extraterrestrials. The only correspondence I was receiving was threats to stop talking, or quote, "I would go down in flames."
So clip number 3, which we've just seen actually, so I won't play that clip. So we've just seen the last clip there of Jean-Claude saying that well, we don't know who you're talking about. Well, I completely expected Jean-Claude to have answered that viewer's question with, okay, sorry, maybe you've got a point. Maybe we shouldn't do that. We do apologise, but no, completely defensive. Well, I don't know who the other people are you're talking about because we haven't mentioned anybody. So the question there is, did Jean-Claude lie about whether he knew who the other presenter was involved in the drama? And if he did know, which I allege he must have done, then the fact that a viewer's come on and said that they also know who it is, out of just a sense of doing the right thing, he shouldn't have allowed this interview to even go ahead. If he knew, which I allege he did, and the viewers knew, and he's still allowed someone to come on and make a serious accusation on his show simply because they don't actually name the person in the show. So, make up your own mind as to what that's about. But that is anomaly numbers 6 and 7. So anomaly number 8, the suggestion that we should detach ourselves from existing beliefs. This is where it gets a little bit mind control-ish as far as I'm concerned. Now, here's where they're going to try to detach ourselves from our current beliefs and accept their new assertions instead. And you'll see what I've also put down at the bottom there. I'm just going to leave this up for the rest of this video because it is really the main question that I'm asking. So why are they going to such lengths of suggesting the wrongdoing and everything else they suggest in this episode when they could have just easily shown the threatening emails and proven what they're alleging, which is very suspicious to me. But let's have a look at this where Janine talks about detachment. You're also going to see Julie mention the word detachment as well, which is very interesting when two people repeat the same kind of word.
And there's a surrender to this. So surrender to detachment, and let's surrender to be willing to hear something or listen to things with detachment.
So here's Julie about to say the same kind of thing. We need to be more emotionally detached from old beliefs so we don't react with cognitive dissonance. And it is interesting, the second use of the word detached, which suggests to me, are they trying to get us to detach ourselves from our existing beliefs based on literally zero evidence that they're supplying? If they supplied some evidence, that would be okay, but they didn't. And I'm not going to detach myself from existing beliefs based on zero evidence. Let's have a look at that clip now.
I was thinking of being maybe more emotionally detached from what we are old beliefs, so we don't react really quickly to new information that we're like sort of a cognitive dissonance type of way. So
cognitive dissonance, oh my gosh. Okay, number 9, convincing us through tarot suggestibility that they are on the same team as us. So not only are they trying to get us to detach from our existing beliefs, are they putting forward no evidence whatsoever? Are they making these allegations, which they make in this whole show, I allege? They're now also trying to suggest that they are on the same team as us, which I probably think they have been for for a few years now. But in this particular episode, what they were saying, I don't think that was the case at all. So let's hear what they've got to say, or rather what Janine has got to say.
It's working together as a team, like the whole idea of the community that we're all a part of, everybody on this chat is a part of, and everybody watching is a part of, okay, is community. We're trying to build something that works going forward in the future so we can build a healthier community maybe going forward.
Again, they're going to such lengths to demonstrate how trustworthy they are, that they're on the right side and everything. But if they were on the right side, they would have just shown us the evidence of the wrongdoing that they're alleging other people are doing. So number 10, Jean-Claude stating to be the knowledge bearer. This is a little bit peculiar. This is where he says, being the knowledge bearer ourselves comes with responsibility.
Because if we are in fact moving into the age of Aquarius, being the knowledge bearer ourselves, that comes with a lot of responsibility.
So now, being responsible means showing proof when you make allegations. That's a responsible thing to do. It also means not allowing people to make allegations on your show without showing proof. But Jean-Claude thinks that being responsible is allowing one of their presenters to make damaging accusations against someone else, who many people watching would have been able to identify due to the high profile of the situation. But it's okay just because she didn't name that person. That is about as far from being responsible as I can possibly imagine. Really. Now, again, it seemed to me, so I allege this here, that this whole episode, as we will see as we examine it in further episodes here, was about using suggestion and loose talk, really, to lead viewers down a certain way of thinking and to get viewers to think that a certain person has been betraying the whole community with lies, all without actually naming that person or even one jot of evidence. And that, to me, is almost beyond belief that they think this is somehow responsible truther journalism. And that is why I believe that they were under dark influence during this episode. Now, before coming to your own conclusions, I urge you to watch at least one or two of my other videos in this review series, the links to which will be below, to get a fuller context of all that transpired during the Beyond Mystic scandal. Now, 3 important questions which I ask at the end of every video here, which is what this is all about really, is: were Jean-Claude, Janine, Julie all under some form of dark energy mind control during that episode? Did they put that mind control onto us, the viewers? And to what extent did that influence our way of thinking about all that was going on? We know that mind control is real. We've all experienced that, or rather viewed that in the last few years. So we know that it is very much a definite thing. So those are the 3 questions that I'm posing. I ask you really to leave a comment to give your opinions on the Beyond Mystic scandal and those questions. And please leave a comment in the section below, and I'll try to answer all comments as I can. So thank you for watching, and there'll be the links to the other videos in the description as well. And I'll see you in another video.